Hi guys, welcome to the video. My name is Rui, and in today's video, we will show you how to create a single tweet content generator automatically. Okay, and just please be aware that this is for a single tweet, not a Twitter thread. Again, we will have another video on our community for Twitter threads. So if that's what you are interested with, please check the other video for Twitter threads. Okay, this will be focused on single tweets, just because the format is different, the way of creating is different. So we had to have separate. And yeah, we also have other videos on the community. If you don't check, like LinkedIn, Instagram, just please go and check it. But yeah, basically, I'll show you exactly step by step how to create these. This actually is a two-step automation. The first one is to create the single tweets, the content. The second one, as you can see here, it actually creates an basically it will schedule the post for you. Okay, so there's two-part automation. Again, if you are in our community, you will have access to the entire flow on automation. You just have to come here on this little dot, click import, and everything will be given to you, and also have all the resources that you need to create this. Okay, so if you're not on, you are checking this video and you are not on our community or checking this on other platforms, please click on the link. It will be below or above this video, and just check our community, because we give everything there to create this automation. So basically what happens is everything starts with a form, and you can choose a topic or a URL. It can be like a blog post, whatever you want. And basically what happens is we will use Perplexity AI to deep research about the topic or deep research about the URL. Again, as you can see, there is two options here. If you choose a topic on the form, it will start the automation above. If you choose a URL, it will start the automation below. You can actually choose both. So on the form, I'll show you, also have access on the links here on the community. You just have to create the Google form. It's free. And as you can see, the Google form is pretty simple. It's just a topic and a URL of like a blog post or news, whatever you want. You can choose both. You can fill out the both, or can just fill one. Okay, whatever you want to create the content about. And then again, as I said, Perplexity AI will do the research for you. Then basically we'll send the research that he made for ChatGPT. And here is kind of like our secret sauce, which is we have a Twitter agent. So basically we have an assistant made with our own instructions, with examples of viral tweets, and he will create a tweet based on our instructions on the tweets. That's how he creates such a good content, because he knows he has instructions to create exactly what we want. And these are not just like a simple ChatGPT where you'd say, hey, give me a tweet, and you will give like a random tweet from the research or like the topic you gave. Okay, so that's kind of the sauce, I would say, for this to be really really good. We do this for all of our social media, so every single social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter threads even. So we actually separate. He has his own agent on ChatGPT with specific instructions. Okay, and you asked me already, but I don't know how to write the instructions. I will show you on this video. And if you are in our community, I will show you that you actually have access to this document. And it's really easy as copy and paste this document. As you can see, there is examples. It shows how it makes, like the formats, hook, explain, blah blah blah. So have all the information and instruction that you need, and you just need to copy and paste, change these for your industry. That's the only thing that you need to change, and you will actually add these on assistants on the OpenAI. I will show you how to do it in a second, but you just have to copy paste these agent, and you will start creating really amazing and beautiful tweets. So if you're in our community, we'll have the link below or above. If you're not seeing this on our community, please go check the links below or above, and you'll be on our community as well to check this. Okay, so basically it will read the agent. Then what happens is you create the tweet. It will create a title as well. Technically you don't need a title for Twitter, but it's really good for our content manager system on the spreadsheet. So I'll show you. I'll also give you access to a spreadsheet content manager. And basically then what happened is, this is just a little tweak that we made on automation, which basically removes commas. Sometimes on titles, especially, ChatGPT adds commas, even if you ask them to not add the quotes. No, sorry, not the commas, the quotes. But you can remove these using these. And then basically what happened is we will send to the Google spreadsheet. And as you guys can see here, we also give you access to one on our community. And as you can see here below, I can push a little bit up, but you have all the social medias here. You don't have to have a spreadsheet for every single social media. You can have a big hub of content spreadsheet, and you can actually manage everything in here. Okay. We have LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitter thread, and so on. And basically what happens is when it creates, here is just an example. It shows you the source. So if it's a topic or a URL, it shows the title that he made. It will show you the tweet. Again, please be aware that this is a single tweet, not a Twitter thread. That's another video. Then we have a little tweak here, which is the number of characters, just like a simple formula from spreadsheet, but allow us to be pretty sure that is below 280 characters, even though our agent has instructions to make to 280 max. It's always good to double check, because if it's too long, it will be an error on tweet. Then you can add an image as well. I will show you how you can do it, how you can add image to your tweet. And then the status, again, is automated, because when you change here, it automatically says created. If you change to approve, it will trigger and will pass to the second part of the automation that actually automatically publish on Twitter. And then automatically the automation also changed to publish, so it doesn't duplicate, or there is errors like, if you have a lot of the content here and then starts to post everything. Don't worry. Every time he approves something and publish on Twitter, it will change to publish, so you know if it's published, and the automation also knows that cannot duplicate the same content again. Okay, so basically that's like a super overview. And again, you have access to everything: the content manager spreadsheet, the Twitter agent with all the instructions. You also have a quick look at the form, even though these are pretty simple form, you can create it yourself. And you also have access, as I said, to the files of the automation. So you don't have to create one by one. You just have to import and start working and put your own data and connect your own platforms. Okay, so let's start really quickly. I'll show you just a quick glimpse of this single tweet automation and how it works. Okay, so basically it starts with a form. Okay, if you open up, you need to choose a form. We choose the Twitter one. And yeah, basically what you do is click search, you put the document title. So basically come here, you copy this, you put it there, automatically gives the ID there. You can just click OK. I already have it there, so I don't have to do it. And then the limit, normally we like to just use one. Okay, just because one, we always like to just have like one run at a time. So if you do a lot of forms, like in 5 minutes, do a lot, and you put here like 2 or 3, it will reach and grab all the forms that you made. And it can sometimes ChatGPT can be a little bit like because of the APIs. So it's always better to just have a limit of 1. And then on this next round, when it goes and fetch again, I'll show you that this is like a timer. So now we have a 50 minutes interval, but you can change. You can put 5 minutes. You can put like one time per day. You can do specific like days. Like for example, if you just do content on Mondays, you can just say days of the week and you choose Monday. So this just runs on Monday one time, and you can put the time here. For example, at 10 p.m. we will check your forms. In this case, if you just do once a day, it can be good to have more than one form to fetch. But right now, we always recommend to have like 15 minutes interval. It doesn't cost too much on all the automations, really, really, really cheap. So we're just always looking for new forms added there. Okay. So basically just choose one, choose the form, and you're ready to go. One really cool thing that we like to always say is that when the first thing you need to do is to create the form. Okay, you have everything in here on our community, you have everything, but first create the form. Okay, and then what, as you can see here, I already made some examples, but it's really important for you to make one example, and you can just click here on the preview and make an example of the both of them. As I said, you can just choose a topic. It will just create a tweet about that. If you choose a URL, we just do the URL, but you can also do both. Okay, so to do both, let's say, for example, tips to improve cold email outreach, for example, and then the URL already have one here from, I think it's a blog from, again, this is totally random. So let's see what it creates, because I made already some tests. So let's put it here on here. Okay, and then let's put submit. Okay, so this is the last form submission we made. So we already have an example. So when you go here and you can click, you can just put run this module, but if you put run this module, it will wait for a next form. So you need to click here, choose where to start. And if you just made one example, you can click all, because it will just fetch one example. I already made some examples, so I'll put choose manually. If you do more than one example, please choose manually, and then you can choose. You always choose the one before you made it. So this is the last one we make now at 10 p.m. We choose this one because it will fetch the next one. So we'll fetch the most recent recent one. Okay, if you click on this one and choose this one, it will wait for a new one because this was already made. Okay, so just click on this one, and then you click again on the mouse, and then run this module only. And as you can see, it will fetch both answers. As you can see, the topic is in here. Topic tips to improve cold email, and then here is just the URL. Okay, so now you have that. Then you choose a router. Basically, a router is just to have two paths. And as you can see, I had some filters here where this is just for topic only. So basically, what happened is I add a condition where the value of the topic. So you have to always click on the value, just not topic. Okay, please be aware of that. You need to open up, go to text answer, go to answer, and click on value. Okay, and basically what we say is that these need to exist. Okay, you can put doesn't exist, you can put equal to, you need to put exist. Okay, so basically what happens is if a topic exists, a response, it will continue. Okay, and then the same thing for the URL. We just change the value from the URL topic. You go all the way down, value, and then exist. If exists a URL, it will continue. If doesn't exist a URL, you just do the topic one. Okay, so these are the filters. Then we have Perplexity AI. You need to have an account on Perplexity. If you go to perplexity.ai, you just have to log in. It's free to log in, a little bit like ChatGPT. But then if you want to have an API, you need to go to the settings, click on API, create just an API key. It's really simple. There's a lot of videos from that. I'll put some resources here as well on our community. But you just need to grab your API key when you connect, okay, and choose. Just add some dollars there. You can even add just $5, $10. This is really cheap, guys. With $10, we didn't spend yet almost the last time we put $10 already, like for like 2 or 3 months. So it's really cheap how it costs the Perplexity, but it's really a key area to make really good content because it does really good research. Not ChatGPT, not as good, and sometimes it's really difficult to get some really good inputs from ChatGPT only. So then, as I said, you choose your connection, you add your API key, then the module. Again, we like to use this one, but again, they are always changing. So if something changes, we will add on our community if you need to change from another one. But this one so far is working really well. Then what happens is that we have two messages. One is just like the system message. So basically what the job title or the job role we want him to have, which is act as a research analyst. And then the item 2 is basically saying what we want. So basically what we just want to make some content. Please do deep research about the topic. And boom, when you click here, as you can see, you have like dynamic values. You can choose the value of the topic because we are on the top floor of the automation, okay? So we click value. Basically what happens, we will research about the topic that you made on the form, okay? This is a role user because it's just an output that you want. And here you don't have to touch anything on max tokens or temperature. Again, the temperature, if you don't know, basically is from 0 to 2, more or less 1.99, but 0, let's say 0 to 2. Normally people like to put 1 because it's right in the middle, but basically what happens is the closer it is to 2 is more creative. It can just create some stuff that are really outside of the box and so on. If it's closer to 0, it is more restrict. So it follows better your orders. It doesn't invent too much. So it's not as creative. It's just like more straightforward and goes exactly what you want on our instructions. Okay, but you don't need to add here. It will be mostly it's 1, so it's fine. Okay, so let's click here. Okay, and basically what I'm doing on the top, you just do on the bottom. Okay, it's exactly the same thing. If you open the bottom, it's exactly the same thing. The only thing that changed is the values because this is the topic, and here you need to go and grab the value of the URL because this is the URL. Okay, it's the only difference between the two. Okay, everything else is pretty much the same. What I will show you, you just change the values that you want. Okay, then you have the tweet post. So now that's when the magic starts. Okay, so basically what happened, we just have to connect your API key as well in OpenAI. And then basically what happens here, because this is kind of funny because a lot of people use a lot of information. You can write really long stuff in here. You can even add more than one message. Some people like to add like a message as instruction, a message with examples, but with assistance. If you create your own ChatGPT, you already have all the instructions. So basically what I just say is that create a tweet about the content below, follow the instructions and formats I gave you in advance, here is the content. And basically what happened, this is the content from Perplexity. So if you go to choices, message, this is all the research that Perplexity made, okay? So basically, it will create a tweet basically on that. And please be aware that this is a message and assistant. So when you open up, and I'll show you really quickly, if you open a new module, okay, you have all these chat GPTs. This is normally what people do, is create a completion to create a message, but you will use the message and assistant because I'm talking to a ChatGPT assistant. Okay, so this is the one that we use, and you can check by the bottom of the title. So these are the actions that you want. Okay, so message and assistant. Then you choose the assistant that you already created. I'll show you in a minute how to create. Boom, we have a lot of them, but is this one here, single Twitter agent, and you don't have to touch anything. Okay, if you have some files, okay, this is more like advanced, you need to put here these tools, but we don't have it because we give all the instructions to the GPT, and we just have to choose the GPT that we want. Okay, and then basically it's created a tweet. Okay, so how you create the Twitter assistant? Basically you use this document, and then you go to OpenAI. Okay, let's go to OpenAI. This is our account. Then you go to your left on your OpenAI account and you click on assistants. Okay, then you can click create an assistant. You'll give a name, so tweet, just something that you remember because this will be the name that you'll go fetch on make.com. Tweet or single tweet, whatever it is. We already have one, so I will not save this one. Single tweet, and then in this instructions, what you'll do, you come here, you change it for your industry. Okay, just change for artificial intelligence, but you can change to marketing, you can change whatever you are, and then you go all the way down, click copy, you come here and you click paste. Okay, so here is all the information, you just change the other stuff, and these are all the instructions that you need. So we already made that for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Then you can use ChatGPT Turbo, it's totally fine. You can change for ChatGPT if you want. Normally these are the two best ones, but yeah, we like to use ChatGPT for Turbo. And then you don't need any files. Like you can even add PDFs here. Some people like to, for example, do the instructions here and then add a file with examples of PDF. Now there is a new API updated that was really, really recent. I think like 2 days ago from I'm making this video, that the files are a little bit better. But to be honest, we always saw sometimes that ChatGPT or doesn't read the entire PDFs or sometimes has some problems to read it. So we always like to have everything in here, and you can click on these little dots here, arrows, and you can see here all the information with examples and so on. And the best thing here is that you can change our examples from tweets from your industry. So if you like an influencer on your industry, you can grab all the tweets that the guy makes and put as an example here. And you just copy and paste example 1, example 2. And the ChatGPT will learn what is viral, like what are like the best posts to make, the structure, the format, the hooks, the CTA. So you can use your own examples. You don't have to use our examples. You can use examples from your influencer, the best guy in your industry. Okay. So basically you put here and boom, you don't have to save it. It's already saved here, as you guys can see it. I will then, let me just delete here really quickly because I don't need this one. I already have the Twitter single agent here, which is this one, which is the same, as you guys can see, have all the information. And basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. When you create this agent, when you go to make.com and you go to message and assistant, if you come here, it will start refreshing and will appear the name here. You just have to choose the one that you made, and boom, you have all the instructions for ChatGPT. Okay. Then what happens is on the other one, you make a title. Basically, it's really simple, just a completion of ChatGPT 4. Just one message, as you can see, pretty simple. Just says create a title based on the post below. Only the title, nothing else. No yapping. This is just a phrase that we saw some people do, which just basically makes ChatGPT follow better the rules. Don't ask me why, but it's kind of working. So we always had no yapping. And don't add the quotes in the beginning or at the end. Here is the post, which is the tweet post that we made, and boom, it will create a title. We just use 300 tokens is more than enough. You can add more if you want, but 300 is enough. And yeah, that's pretty much the title. Then this, again, you don't have to do this. If you want, you can just delete this module. But basically, this module is just to remove the quotes. And as you guys can see here, this is just a simple formula from make.com. Basically, what happens is from the results or from the tweet, it will replace the quotes here by an empty string. So basically, with nothing. Okay, you can copy this. I will keep this in a minute, so you guys can, if you want, you can pause this video. If you don't have all. If you are on our community, we will have this already made for you. If not, you can just pause this video and copy the formula because it will remove the strings from the titles. Okay, then the last one but not least, it just goes to the Google spreadsheet. You just a simple add a row as an action. You select the path, you select the folder, select the spreadsheet, you select the tab because we have more than one tab. We have Twitter, LinkedIn, and so on. You select tweets, and then basically it will fetch all the tabs, all the columns. So on source, we put it the value. So if it's a topic or URL, so you know where it came from. The title, we put this one because it's without the quotes. But if you don't want to use this variable to remove the quotes, you can just use the results of the title. As you can see, for example, in this case, it actually made with the quotes, even when we say that don't make with the quotes. So here, as you can see, it just remove it. Again, this doesn't go to Twitter, so it's fine. But just for you to know it, okay? Then you add the content, and then the status here, you just say created. Okay, you need to actually write this created because it will match the same format here, the same status that we made. Created, it will create this little thing as well. Okay, so just write created here, and that's it. That's pretty much ready to go. Again, just one quick thing about the image. Okay, I will run this for you in a second, but we have another videos like LinkedIn and so on where we create the video on Deli Ali. But the only thing that we are seeing right now is that I will show you that we use Buffer to schedule or post on Twitter. You can also use the API of Twitter. It's a little bit more confusing, so we like to use Buffer. It's a free app. You can have 3 social medias there. I'll show you in a second. But what happened is sometimes Deli Ali 3, the images are really, really big and really big size. So sometimes make.com, when we try to send to Buffer and post, it says that the image is too big. The two options that we have is you can use Deli Ali 2, which is the older version of Deli Ali to create image, but the main problem is that the images are really, really shit. Sorry about that, guys, but the images are really, really bad. So I don't like the image on Deli Ali 2. So the other thing you can do is just use another module that we actually use on our own, which is compressing the image. But you need a paid module to do that, to compress image. Or if you use a free one, you only have, like, for example, 10 image, and then after 10 image, you actually need to pay for it. So what we did was we didn't add the image here. We didn't add an image as an option. But if you go to the spreadsheet and you add an image from Google, okay, you can just go to Google, search for an image, and put the URL of the image here. And if it's not too large, so if like 1,000 or less than 1,000 pixels, you actually post it on Twitter. So you can actually manually, after you do the post, you like the post, you edit the post, it's ready to approve. You can actually add an image manually, and it will post with an image as well. We thought that was a better option, that rather than trying to use Deli Ali 3, can give an error if it's too much on the size, and then you guys give an error, you guys don't know why. Okay, so that's why the image is up to you. If you use an image, you put the URL here. If not, it will just create a single tweet without an image. Okay, so basically that's it. Okay, that's number one. Let's run it for one time. Okay, and let's choose manually. Okay, to run the last one, and let's run it. Okay, and as you will see, it starts with the topic. So don't forget that we actually have a topic and a URL, so it will run both. But as you can see, it will run the topic first, and it will run the URL after. Again, if it was not any topic, you will start with the URL only. Okay, but this is kind of curious to see, which is, let's see how it creates, because again, we just give a couple of examples of single tweets. The more examples you give, the better will be the input. So that's why we are always updating the examples, and the Twitter agent and all the agents that we have on our agency, we always keeping updating them, because you really need to update everything. You need to add more examples. So it's always fresh content. It's always up to date. Okay. So it's already finished. As you guys can see, it finished everything. If you go here, boom, as you can see, this was just the example that I made it. These are the two examples here. Just a quick note: when I give you this spreadsheet, or you create your own spreadsheet exactly like this one, please make one that says test, 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 and choose a status created here. Okay, this is the only thing here, just because when the automation run, it will copy the same format style of the one above. So if you don't have any tests here, it will copy the yellow of the the header. It will be everything in bold. So just to be exactly the same format, just create one that says test, 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 and that's it. Okay. So as you can see, it created. This is tips to improve the cold email. This is the title. And as you can see here, guys, was a really, really small one. Again, please notice that it's a single tweet. Boost your cold email with this topic, with these top tips. Know your audience, personalize deeply, keep it short, and use AI tool for perfection. How do you make your email stand out? So really, as you guys can see, small, single tweet, right straight to the action, and is based on examples that are viral on our niche. Okay. And then this is just another one from the URL, which was Wix versus Shopify. Which platform is the best? Okay, maybe this not was the best example because it probably too deep, but let's see what happens. So it created choosing between Wix and Shopify for your business. Wix offers the flexibility and it's ideal for small business and creative bloggers, while Shopify excels in handling large, scalable e-commerce needs with its adventure features. Which platform fits your business goal better? With asking people to engage. So as you guys can see, two tweets that are made, single tweets, just automated with the topics or the URL that we gave. Again, as you guys can see, there is no characters here because this is a formal. So just push it down, and boom! As you guys can see here, 220. This is inside of the mark, but these two are not. Okay, let me just copy this here to here because we added a new one. But basically, as you guys can see, these are 300. So basically what we just need, they probably just or remove the tag. Again, just be aware that you can edit all the posts here before you approve. Okay, that's the beauty of things as well. Like if you don't like a word, you can change the word, you can change an emoji, and after you change these, now it's inside 280. As you guys can see, now it's fine. It will run. Okay. Then, as I said, for the image, it will appear like this. Zero, so you don't have anything. So what you can do is you can choose an image and you go to Google, okay, and you go. Let me just check. Close this one here. Okay, Twitter news, for example. You can just choose one image that you want. Again, please be aware. Don't choose too big image, like too large, because it can give an error. But yeah, I think I found one of them that I already have here. Let me just go back. That's the one. This is just for the example, okay? So this was the one. It's a smaller one, but it's fine for Twitter. And basically what you just do is just you click on the image on the right side and you choose, this is in Portuguese, but you just choose open image on a new tab. And when it opens the new image, as you guys can see, this is kind of the URL, right? So you can just open here and you can even, so this just says copy link, image link. So you can use copy image link, or you can just basically open image on a new tab. So it's pretty straightforward. You can just copy, as I said, I just copy the link and you just put the link here. I'll just add this one as an example. I will add here on this one and this one. Okay, I'll check, I'll show you. And now we go to step number 2. Okay, so next step number 2 is this one here. And again, we will have this as well on our community. So we have everything set up for you. But basically what happens is this will check every single row. If some of them is approved, it starts the automation. Okay. And basically what happens then, it will check if there is an image, it will post with an image. If it doesn't have an image, it will not post with an image. Okay. So as you guys can see it now, you guys can see here on the I will add the filter for you because I didn't add it for you, but basically this is really important, okay, because if it doesn't have an image, it can give an error saying that, oh, you didn't find this row. So it's better to have this route when you can actually check if there is an image, it goes here. If it doesn't have it, it goes here. Okay, so let me just finish for you this part here as well. Okay, again, we use Buffer, which is in a platform that you can use 3 social media for free, 3 social media accounts. So you don't have to worry about it. So it's free. We use our Twitter link links here, as you guys can see it here. And then as you guys can see, post immediately, link on the image. So this is for the image, okay? So I'll put here a filter saying with image, okay? And basically the condition is that this URL needs to exist, okay? So if it exists an URL, it will pass it on. Here it will be no image, So basically the condition is this URL does not exist. Okay. And in here, as you guys can see, is the same. You just connect your buffer. The content is the one from the row. So it will fetch the row. Again, this is a search row. It will fetch the content and it doesn't post anything. And then the last one is updates the row, the same content row. The only thing that you need to do is choose the row number. Is this stuff here. So it's the same row. So it's the same content. And basically, when you choose the row number, then you go here on the value and you change the status from created to published. Okay, so you never duplicate your content. So that's the only thing that you need to do as a final step is update row. You choose your path, you choose the spreadsheet ID, the folder, you choose the row number, which is dynamic. It goes and grabs the row from the spreadsheet search row here, and then change the status to published. That's it. Okay, and then here, I think I didn't show you, but it's the same thing. It starts with the search row. And as you can see, Twitter tab, you just need to choose whatever it's a spreadsheet, contains headers, and then the filter, that's the most important thing, is that in this case, we need to change here the status because I have an image, so the status needs to be approved. So if it's approved, it will continue. If it's not approved, it will not continue. So you will search for the rows, okay? And then ascending, it starts from the bottom, which is the new content that you create. And then normally we like to use one. Okay, you can use two, you can use three, maximum I would say two, which is creates 2 posts at a time. But the main goal, as you know, is not to put like 10 tweets out of the blue, right? You need to put one now, and then you create another one like from 2 hours from now, and so on and so on. So that's why it's really important to have one here, because you don't want to have like 3 posts right from the bat like on Twitter. Okay, so this just allow us to just put one post on Twitter per run. We'll say like this, okay? And you can put here like again 15 minutes is fine. You can put 5 even if you do a lot of content. But yeah, basically let's try this one, okay, to finish, and let's add a new one. Okay, let's add, for example, this one. You come here, you change for approved, okay? And then don't worry, this when you activate everything, this will be everything automatic. You don't have to come here, click run. Okay, this is just test. If you put here on, it will. You just have to come to the spreadsheet and click approved. Okay, so let's run again. Okay, so if it's first, and boom, now it's working. Okay, guys, sometimes it can happen. As you guys can see, there is an image. It goes to buffer and then it goes. And if you go to the spreadsheet, boom, it's published. So it's already changed. It doesn't duplicate again. And if you go to Twitter, I'll go to our Twitter here. And as you guys will see, let me just refresh. Boom, as you guys can see, here is a single tweet with an image. And yeah, it's working just fine. Again, just be careful with the columns. Sometimes it can happen because I add a column for character counts, which I think is okay, but I didn't change here on the stuff. Now it's correct. Everything is working, as you guys can see. It changed for publish. If there is no image, we'll go below. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. These can happen, which is good to happen in live. Because we can actually change it and we just understand what is the error. But as you see here, guys, it's really, really cool. You can have like a really Twitter agent for you guys to create all the posts for you. You just need to have actually this kind of form open every time you have it. Like you can have a tab of these open, like, like this, and oh, I want a topic. You just write the topic. Oh, I check a blog post, which is really cool. You add the URL here, and then you just hit submit. It will create everything. You don't have to go to make. Then you just come here. Oh, I like the title. And again, as I said, the really cool thing about it, like you can change. Okay, you can just edit. Oh, I like this one. Oh, I want to add an emoji here. And you can change everything and then check the characters count. You can just push this below as a formula. You add an image if you want. If you don't want, you don't add an image. And then change to approve, and that's it. You change to approve it, you will post on your link on your Twitter. And again, this works for LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. Again, I will show you in another videos how to make it to the other platforms. But again, hope you guys enjoy it. As I said, we will give you everything for you. So if you are in our community checking this video, check the resources above. You can have everything from the automations to the Twitter agent PDF or document. We will have access to the spreadsheet. You have access to everything. And again, If you're not seeing this video on our community, please click on the link above or below. Check our community. We have amazing videos there. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.